How to bleed a hydraulic clutch. Owning a car with a manual transmission can be very enjoyable. You have a level of control over your vehicle with a clutch pedal at your feet and a gear change stick in your hand that automatic transmission drivers cannot really understand. Automobiles with manual transmissions do, however, present unique problems in addition to unique pleasures. Even so, it's preferable to know how to bleed a clutch if you ever need to do it rather than taking it to the shop and paying a hefty repair charge for something you can do yourself in your driveway. What is a hydraulic clutch? A hydraulic clutch is a vehicle component that uses hydraulic fluid to activate the clutch. Instead of using a cable to move the clutch plate, a hydraulic clutch instead moves the clutch plate using a fluid that is kept in a reservoir. In other words, a type of automotive clutch known as a hydraulic clutch moves the clutch plate using hydraulic fluid as opposed to a cable. How does a hydraulic clutch work? A hydraulic clutch mechanism employs a hydraulic line rather than a mechanical connection, like a Bowden cable, to transfer the pedal movement. Clutch wear is automatically offset by the hydraulic clutch system. Why do you need to bleed your hydraulic clutch? By bleeding your clutch, you can remove some of its fluid and let any extra air out. Why would you bleed a clutch? If your clutch isn't giving you trouble, you shouldn't bleed it. What sort of issue? Your clutch could occasionally be difficult to release. To put it another way, the clutch might resist you and try to stay in gear if you have it engaged and are trying to change. If it does, the air in the clutch system is probably to blame. How can you bleed the hydraulic clutch? When attempting to bleed a hydraulic clutch, there are a few things needed, which include a wrench, clutch fluid, and someone to assist with bleeding the clutch. Once you've got all the things you need, here's how you can bleed the clutch. You should check the fluid level in your clutch fluid reservoir. Add new clutch fluid until it reaches the fill line. Have your assistant pump the clutch a couple of times, then fully depress and hold it. With your wrench, turn the bleeder screw open about a half turn. You ought to notice and hear liquid and air leaving the valve. Tighten the screw as soon as the bleeding stops. Release the clutch pedal after it is completely tightened, then add more clutch fluid. Repeat this procedure until when you turn the bleeder screw, only liquid comes and no air or hissing is heard or felt. The bleeder screw should be tightened once again, but not too tightly. Check to see if the fluid reservoir is full. Your clutch issue ought to be fixed by doing this. To be sure your clutch problem is fixed, you might wish to first drive in a parking lot, driveway, or other empty location. If the car is parked, you might want to place some white paper or cardboard below it to make sure no fluid is dripping. If it is, all you need to do is tighten the bleeder screw. It's crucial to remember that throughout the process, you shouldn't entirely drain the clutch of fluid. You will most likely receive additional air in the clutch fluid reservoir if you totally empty it, which means you will have to repeat the procedure once you replace it. If you find this video very interesting, subscribe for more.